and Kasey was making these noises, right?
What the hell did I get myself into?
I was
like,
there was a moment. There was a moment when I said, maybe I should sit her on the floor. Maybe the baby's about to come right now, because the way, like, there was a shift in the way that she was talking, in the way that she was breathing, in the way that she was grunting, in the way that she was like squeezing your shoulders. there was a shift. There was a clear shift.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm worried, because one,
our midwife
is not here. Two, our photographer is not here. Three, the pool was not full, and I know that we never said it was going to be a water birth.
No.
We wanted to have the options.
Yes. I said I don't care where I give birth, as long as it's at home. I could be on my knees, I could be in bed, I could be on the couch. It didn't really matter to me.
Right.
But coincidentally, I got into the pool at the right moment.
Yeah. Because, okay, so they filled up the pool. Then I remember Kasey's mom, is it hot enough? Is it cold? Is it supposed to be colder? Is it supposed to be hotter? We didn't know what we were doing. So we filled up the pool. We filled it up. And then Kasey got in. So tell us about when you got into the pool.
I wanted to say one thing before that. So the reason why the midwife did not arrive, I feel like it all boils down to me. Since it's in the beginning, like I told you guys that in the beginning I told myself I'm going to take this as long as I can, for as long as I can.
I think took it too long.
I took it too long, and I should have there was a point that I should have said my midwife should come now. Yeah. And I didn't do that. And so since I'm a first time pregnant, my first pregnancy, and you just expected it to be longer, and I'm quote unquote young, and maybe they thought I was a little dramatic, or I don't know what happened. Like it didn't hit me that we were so close. Yeah.
I don't think anybody knew.
I tried to push it for so long.
I don't think anybody knew.
And then all of a sudden,
we were so close. I swear, the moment when she started grunting there,
I was standing when I was pacing. I kept grunting because I felt something. I was like, I feel something. I have to poop. And I kept saying that. And I remember the doula's face. Like, she was like, you have to poop. Maybe it's getting closer or something. I'm like,
I just remember I kept looking between your legs because I was worried.
Because every time I grunt, I would open my legs because I felt like something was happening. Yeah. And at that point, I go into the pool. So
do you feel like that was the moment when her head dropped all the way?
Yes, all the way. It dropped.
By the time
when I got into the pool, I did like 3 gruntings. Like, I remember doing some grunting. It was like,
about your water.
I did some like grunting, and within I'm gonna say within 5 minutes of being in the pool, I heard like a I don't know how to explain, like a pop, and then I looked down. I was like, what in the world is this? And my water broke in the pool. Mm-hmm. And this was like around 9:05. 9:06 p.m.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, at 9:08, our midwife arrived. Our photographer arrived like 5 minutes after the midwife. And I remember the doula saying, I think you're crowning.
Yeah.
Touch yourself.
Said, feel.
Mm-hmm. And then I went and I put my hand and I felt her little, I was like, I think this is her hand.
I know.
I was crowning and my midwife.
And I remember there was a moment when Kasey's like pushing, literally pushing. At no point did anybody check Kasey. There was no cervical check. There was nothing happening. We didn't know whether she was dilated or not.
How far along I was.
Nothing. No. Everything just happened as it should with her body. Yeah. And I remember Kasey had already said that she was crowning, and her mom says, "Is she 10 centimeters yet?"
The baby's head is right there. It's about to come out.
I'm like,
and the doula's like, the baby's head is out.
You know what it is, that when you give birth at the hospital, they tell you when to push, how to push, how long to push,
and they check
when
you
to hold
so
it, and they're
times.
checking you constantly, and they do all these checks, and I never got checked the whole time I was in labor. And when did I know to push? A lot of people ask that. I didn't know when to push. My body pushed. Those grunting that I was doing this whole time from like 7 p.m. was the babe. Like I was pushing.
It's
like
just your body.
It's just your body. It's just like.
And I also think because you were walking around and pacing so much, like gravity was just like
bringing her down. It's like it's crazy.
Her whole 9 pounds.
Yeah, she was 9 pounds. Oh my god.
We were so way off, all of us.
We were all like, she's gonna be like 7 pounds because no
I
one thought
she was gonna be 7'11".
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
It's still burn.
No, because the head is crowning. It's baby's taking her time.
Oh. Oh.
Everyone is here. I'm in the pool. I'm grunting and pushing and all that stuff. And Hazel was born at 9:26 p.m. It was the most magical, the most amazing. Beautiful, the most.
I want her out.
Just then push. Then push. Keep going. There you go. Keep going.
Casey.
Keep going, Casey.
You could do this.
Keep going. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
You can do it.
You
Go
can
ahead.
do it.
Go ahead.
You
Stay
can do
with
it,
Stay
Casey.
with it.
You can do it.
Stay with it.
You're gonna meet your baby. You can do it.
Go ahead.
You can do it, honey.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Between your legs.
Wait. Hi, baby. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Hi, baby. Hi. I can't believe I did it. I did it. Hi. Oh, hi, baby. Oh. Oh. Oh, my God.
You did it.
You did it.
You did it.
Oh, baby girl.
You did it.
Hi, baby. Oh, you're so cute. Oh my God.
You did it.
You did it.
I mean, you can't explain.
And
The
Gray
experience.
was there, and she was able to experience
Witness all of that.
all of. And I.
Can we get the couch ready?
You did it.
You did it, mommy.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you see? Oh my God, you're so strong.
But once the baby came out, Gray was just like in shock.
Yeah.
She was in complete shock.
What was it that she
And
told
she
you?
said, "My body is shaking."
Yeah.
Like when you're like nervous.
Yeah.
Like she's like,
It was her
body's
first
shaking.
time
Yeah.
feeling that. And she was like,
It was so sweet.
it was. As soon as she came out, she was like, "Can I carry her?" I remember like having her on me for like a few minutes, and Gray was like, "Can I hold her?" Mommy?"
And you know what's funny? Like you were the first to carry her. I carried her second, and Gray carried her third.
Once I got out the pool, guys, they had set up like on the floor, like a
With
bunch of
pads
pads and
and stuff.
towels, and I delivered my placenta there. It took me a little bit of time. I remember the midwife was like, "Oh, I don't think she's ready yet." I remember hearing that, and it took a couple of minutes. Placenta came out. I sat down in the toilet for a little bit, washed myself up. I remember, and then what happened?
And
then?
then during that time, they were dealing with like the pool stuff. And then I had Hazel in a bag, a Ziploc bag with her placenta.
Yeah.
So because she was still attached to the placenta that whole time. And then when I came out, Casey's grandma was already here.
Yeah. And then I told my mom, call Abuela so she can
So
come.
she took an Uber over, so she was here. And then when she came out, Kasey was still in the back room. So Hazel, Gray, and I were like sitting on the couch together, and then Kasey went to the bathroom to take a bath.
Yeah. And when I went to the bathroom, at this point you're holding the baby, right?
Yeah. So now at this point I shifted from the living room. So Gray, Hazel, and I went into our bedroom.
Yeah.
We were laying.
And I remember the midwife said, "Oh, let's go. I need you to pee now." So I sat there for about 10 minutes. I finally peed, guys. The amount of pee. I can't even express the amount of pee, guys. It was insane. And she was like, oh, would you like to take a quick, like, rinse off a little bit? I was like, sure. I get in the shower. I rinse off with just a little bit of water. It took me like 2 minutes. I get out. Oh, and while I was walking out, she's like, are you feeling okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And like 1 second to another, all I felt was like, first off, I got a little nauseous, and then something happened, and I was like, whoa, I got super dizzy. And one moment to another, all I heard was our midwife calling out, screaming for help because I basically fainted.
So basically she had to our midwife had to throw her body's weight onto Kasey against the wall to keep her from falling.
Yeah, guys, I'm almost 6 feet tall.
And I couldn't do anything because I was in the bedroom with Gray and Hazel. And Hazel was still attached to her placenta, so it was like a third baby.
And I remember you screaming.
And I remember hearing our midwife say, I need help.
Yeah.
And no one was hearing her because they were in the back room. So I remember I started screaming from the bedroom. I said, Kasey needs help. And then that's when like everybody, I just heard everybody running down the hall to get to Kasey.
And I just dropped backwards like that. Boom. And her assistant caught me in the back. And I know, I'm so sorry. I think I hurt her back.
Yeah, on our brick wall.
Oh my God.
We've got stories.
Yeah, and it's crazy, but it was very scary at that moment. But like my midwife was so amazing during the whole time, and she was everybody was such a calm.
It was an amazing team.
We had the best team. I couldn't have wanted it any other way.
It was so good.
But yeah, once I fainted, I think I was out for a few minutes. I remember hearing...
They gave you some juice and some stuff afterwards.
They gave me some juice and some stuff, and that thing you smell, what is it?
She had to smell ammonia.
It was bad.
It's so bad.
All I heard the midwife was like, Kasey, stay with me. And then she's like, okay, you don't want to stay with me? And she put it, I was like... Yeah. She's like, I didn't want to do that, but you didn't stay with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got up, drank water. Like 3 people helped me to get into the room.
Yep.
I got dressed, put my dry clothes on. She made sure I had drank a bunch of water, Gatorade stuff.
Yeah, so she needed to drink like electrolytes, hydrating things. And then she had to lay down on the bed for her stitches.
I had to get checked and I had some stitches. It was horrible.
She's like, I thought the pain was done.
It was bad. I was in so much pain, so much discomfort. I mean, it was bad. It was really bad. No one talks about it. Like, you give birth.
But you want to know something, though? Like, it was a home birth, and this was the most chill experience. Because I'm laying on the bed holding Hazel, holding Gray. And so I'm laying with my legs this way, my head here. Kasey's laying on the backrest of on the headboard. Mm-hmm. And then her legs are out, wide open. Photographer sitting on the floor. Our midwife is stitching her up while her assistant is standing here.
All up in my JJ.
And her doula is here. Like,
they checked Hazel's vitals like around 1 a.m. Checked her weight. So
I cut the cord.
Maria cut the cord. And it was amazing to be home, guys. Like, just being home after giving birth and feeling uncomfortable. Like, I couldn't even imagine being at hospital doing that
and staying by yourself afterwards.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Okay, I think
I hope we kind of covered everything. If you guys have any questions on like to be more detailed in certain like positioning, helping with pain, and finding the good doula, good midwife, or I don't know, anything that comes to mind during this whole craziness. Let us know. A lot of people have considered home birth because of our home birth video on Instagram, so that makes me very happy.
And if you don't follow us on Instagram, you should.
Yeah. You get more like updates on our everyday kind of life.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Let us know if you like this. Comment below, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.